Hi, this is Dr. Horn for our new students, and for our old students, this is Dr. Horn, or Sassy Jason, as I'm sometimes called. Please don't call me that. Um, I just wanted to talk to you about some of the changes that we're making at TOPS this year, and kind of want to go back and give you the rationale for that. First of all, we're making three pretty big changes, two of which should be pretty popular, one of which won't be popular with a certain set of people, but I'll talk to you about that and maybe convince you that it's a good idea. Alright, so let me get back and talk about why we make changes in the first place. Last year we had a great year. Our data looked good. In many cases it looked a lot better than a lot of brick and mortar schools, which has not been the case historically for virtual schools in Tennessee. So that looks good. We had, a lot of graduates, graduated nearly all of our students who were supposed to graduate in the summer. A few of those who didn't ended up finishing their diplomas, which is very exciting. And I feel like the overall grades that students made were good, which meant that not only did they learn the material, but they also kept up with what they were responsible for doing. A lot of satisfied teachers, had a lot of satisfied students. It was a great year. And so every year you can either decide, well, I want this year to look a lot like last year, or you can say I want it to get better. And, we always want things to get better. We are a work in progress at TOPS. I mean, we've only been around for 2 years. This year coming up is our third year. And our problem since year one has been procrastination. Now, procrastination is a personal choice. It really doesn't affect me or your teachers if you procrastinate until Sunday night to get your work done. What it does affect, though, is the amount of help you're able to get. If you procrastinate during the week and then you have questions on Saturday or Sunday, if your teacher goes out of their way to answer your questions on the weekend, then you're saved. If not, then you're not. So what we've decided to do is to move the due date. It was typically last year it was on Sunday night. This year the due date for work is going to be on Friday night. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, that only gives me like Monday through Friday to get my work done, which, basically is a minimum expectation of any school. I don't know any schools that are open on the weekend. But what we're going to do is open up the work on Saturday mornings. That way you have Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday all the way until Friday to get your work done. So you still have the same amount of time to do it. It's just if you're going to be a weekend warrior and work on the weekends, then you're going to need to be working early rather than later. And so the amount of time you have to get your work done isn't any different. And so some of you may decide, well, I'm going to start working on this stuff on Saturday and get done, by Wednesday, and then have Thursday and Friday off. Or you might decide, you know what, I'm just going to work extra hard on Monday through Friday and get my work done. Now, with last year's schedule, and some of you might say, well, dude, it took me like all week to get my work done anyway. Well, here's some good news, and this is one I think you will like. In most cases, that means unless it has to do with you graduating on time or something else, students are only going to take 3 courses per semester from now on. And we're doing this for a lot of reasons. One, it saves a bunch of money, which isn't the most important reason. 2, it allows you to focus on your core graduation requirement classes. And so giving 3 courses a semester obviously limits the number of electives that we can offer, but I'm going to get to that in a second. So taking 3 courses a semester lightens your load and allows you to focus on the classes that are going to get you graduated, and they're going to help you do well on your ACT, and they're going to help you do better on your EOC test, which, next year doesn't matter as much as it will the year after for students that have EOCs, because they're going to be like Common Core based tests, and they're going to have more of an impact on your future than current EOC courses do. But these EOC courses are 25% of your grade, so they are very important. It's also how your teacher gets evaluated, how our school gets evaluated, and we want to continue to do well. The reason we're able to move to 3 courses a semester is because we only require 22 credits to graduate. So under the old 4 classes a semester system, students were able to get 32 credits when they only needed 22. Now that we've moved to 3, incoming freshmen will get a maximum of 24 credits under our system. If you're a junior doing dual enrollment, a senior, we'll have a discussion with you about, do you want to take 3 classes plus dual enrollment, or do you want to do, include dual enrollment with it, and it'll become a situation by situation choice. But for the large majority of the student population, 3 courses per semester. Now, the last one, whether you knew it or not, your service learning hours are part of what's called your capstone project. And a capstone project is something that you're supposed to be working on throughout school and have completed by your senior year in order to graduate. And our official requirement, if you see the handbook, is that students will have completed 100 hours of community service before they graduate. And we do that by 25 hours per semester if you're a top student. And you're grandfathered in, subtract 24 hours for every year, or 25 hours for every year you weren't at TOPS, and that's how many required. So if you came in your junior year, then really you're just required to do 50. So, as such, what we're adding, to add some richness to your education, and because, we could offer a certain number of electives, but not everybody loved what we offered. Some people wanted different things. One of your requirements to fulfill those electives, and it will be under a class called Capstone Project, is you are to do 1 MOOC per semester. And so you might wonder, well, what's a MOOC? And if you go to the service learning page, you'll see some information about this. But a MOOC is a massive open online course. And, a lot of different universities offer MOOCs for free for students to take. MIT, Harvard, all of those big guys do. Khan Academy offers MOOCs. Duolingo is a type of MOOC, and I've got a lot of different examples that I'll show you in a second. But you're going to be taking 1 MOOC per semester, unless you're enrolled in 4 courses. But if you're enrolled in 3, like most people will be, you will take 1 MOOC per semester at TOPS. And MOOCs usually last 4 to 6 weeks. And if you can think of it, there's probably a MOOC of it. So if there's something you wanted to study or learn, we have a lot of students with a lot of different interests at TOPS. Like, for the music people who do recording, you might want to take a class in music recording. That might be something you want to do in college. You can take that class and learn all you want to about it, and you will receive credit at TOPS for doing it. Now, are you receiving an official credit on your transcript? No. No, you're not. Are you receiving a grade for it? Yes. If you finish the course, if you complete the course, or if you can prove that you tried your best and just came a little short, then you're going to get credit for doing the MOOC. So, but I would prefer for, not to have to do an investigation of whether you really actually, tried to complete it or not. But know your limitations. So don't take one unless it's like an extremely difficult one, if you feel like you can't do it. So that's going to take, so you're going to have 3 courses, and then your MOOC is going to take about 4 to 6 weeks out of your semester. And the great thing about MOOCs is most of them are self-paced, so you can work on it as you want to work on it. And the other great part is that this is something you're choosing to do, so you should be very motivated to do it. Where these are really going to make a difference for you is putting them on your college applications. They're very impressive for a college admissions person to go and see that you have gone out on your own and tried to learn some things. And also you can get certificates and badges for MOOCs, and so you need to start building up your professional knowledge resume, or your personal knowledge resume. And you can show this to the world as things you know. And it's a little unconventional, but again, that's what we need to be at TOPS. We don't need to be conventional. Conventional already exists. You've got conventional, a bus ride from your house. So we're trying to move forward, and we believe that, as the trajectory has been, in 5 to 10 years, in the professional world, taking a MOOC is going to be required in some cases, and it's going to be the way to move into different career fields or to specialize in the career fields you're in, and that's one reason that we're doing them. Another reason is I just want you to know that they're there. Like, you have literally all the world that you can learn at your fingertips. And we would be doing a disservice to you as an online school is if you thought all online learning was just like what you do at TOPS. That's like the notion that the only learning you do in life is at school. And you will learn that you learn a lot more sometimes outside of those things. So go into the capstone class. It may be called service learning in your classes, and you can read more about MOOCs. I've got a link. Let me find the link. It's within the text. Huh. Hold on, I'll find it. It's here somewhere. Oh, oh, there it is. And so there are, I've given you a lot of links. I'll have to go back and make sure that's posted in there. But Canvas has some. Since you're used to Canvas, you might look for some on there. Coursera, Udemy, Stanford, Berkeley, Harvard, I forget which one this is, Khan Academy, Duolingo. You don't have to just use those sites. There are really two ways to go about this. If there's something you're interested in and want to take a MOOC on, then you can say, you know what, I really want to learn a lot more about auto mechanics, and so I'm going to look for a MOOC on auto mechanics and find one that way. The other way is if you don't know what you're going to do, then go through some of these sites and look at some of the different courses they offer, and you can start those now. You don't have to wait. You can start those at any time. And you'll see a place in the service learning page. Let me go to modules. And you'll see a place there where there's more information about MOOCs, and I'll have a list of MOOCs linked there. And then in August, you're going to tell me what your MOOC is. And then in December, you're going to post that you've completed it with either a screenshot or something else. But this is really exciting to me was, every year we try to add electives. And it's always been hard because, some are pretty obvious. Art 1, Art 2, Gaming 1, Gaming 2. And then from there, it gets a little bit more murky. Mythology is one we've added that everybody's excited about, and I think is a really important one. Contemporary Issues is another one that we've added that I'm excited about. ACT Prep is another one we've added that we're excited about. And you're still going to be able to take those electives that we offer. However, this is a way to get additional knowledge specific to your interest and to do it once a semester. And my favorite part about this is that it's risk-free. In other words, there have been times in my career where I've seen students take classes that aren't as difficult because they didn't want to take the difficult class because they wanted to protect your GPA. With this, you can do whatever you want and not have to worry about your GPA. Because all you have to do is complete the course, and then you've got your credit. And then you can put on your resume, completed this MOOC on this date, and provide the proof or whatever. But I think this is really going to enrich the education that we provide, and it's also going to be a great learning experience for you guys, and a good sharing experience for you guys, because you all are going to be talking to each other about, ooh, I took this one, or hey, we're both interested in this, let's take this together. I think it'll be fun. I think moving to 3 courses is going to help you focus on your core courses, math and English in particular, and that way you're not going to feel as bogged down. So you've got, think about it, if you'd taken one less course last year each semester, how much easier would your life have been? And I think in turn that makes having a Friday deadline more realistic for a lot of students, and that's going to help us as an entire school to have that deadline on that day. So there's 15 minutes almost of rambling. If you have questions about this, just send me an email, or I'm going to post this on Facebook so you can ask questions underneath. I'll be glad to answer them. I would also like to announce that my son Henry will be born tomorrow if everything goes well, so I will be going on paternity leave. I'll still be around. I'll still be on Facebook, but I won't I can't guarantee you that I will be checking my email every day because I'm going to be dealing with a newborn. So, just to put that out there. But anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Hope nobody is upset about these changes. They've been well thought out and thought out for a long time. And, I'm really excited about the year to come. So, hope you guys have a great day. And remember, school starts August the 11th. Classes will be open on August 9th. And you can start a MOOC anytime you want. Cheerio.